see, how do you prepare for class? How much do you read? And let's say, what does your homework look like?
My homework depends on the class, but usually professors, before classes they have, like, they give you an assignment, like a case, or like some professors, they like, Larissa, this is your case, next class you're gonna like.
They assign, right?
Yeah, you're assigned to that case. But other professors, they like class. Like, all of you guys, you have 5 cases. I don't know which one of you are going to talk.
At its best.
Talking about it. And so we have to really read and prepare for all of those cases. Depends on the class.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's challenging. Because sometimes you get like, oh my goodness, I will have to talk in front of all my classmates. And it's nice because you're training. In real life, you have to talk to,
like in a court.
In a courtroom, you're gonna talk to everyone. You have to present your case. You have to defend your client and everything. So I think it's worth it. I like challenging stuff.
Yeah, because also in a courtroom, how to talk to experts, how to cross-examine witnesses, right? So that's how you develop the skill.
And SMU, they gave us international students some classes to pronunciation classes, which were great, because before an assignment, a hard assignment, I could talk to the professor to train my pronunciation with I had some struggle with some words, and she taught me how to speak all of them. So it was great. It was, I think, that's valid. Yeah.
Tell us, so Larissa, she got into competition, which you will have in Washington, right?
Yeah, tax.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a tax competition. The American Bar Association, they give every year a case to all of law schools, and you have to write a memo and an email as well to your client answering the questions. It took a lot of time to do that because my part was a hard one, because I had never got any contact with the subject, so it was my first time doing that, so I had to do lots of research.
And everything. You were a team captain too.
Yeah, I was a team captain, so it was great.
How many pages was the memo?
The memo was the memo was 15 pages, and the email was 5 pages. In total, 20 pages.
Oh, wow.
But
and how many teammates participated?
Two.
Only
just two.
It's heavy lifting for some fragile girls over here.
But it was great. It was a great experience, and we are waiting for the results, and let's see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know, exciting. Okay, so what's the next semester? Let's say, what are you more excited about, and what would you do different from the first semester?
Okay, what I would do different is I think I need, in the first semester I'm getting used to university again. So right now I think I'm gonna be more prepared for each class. I'm gonna do everything ahead, and that's why I'm intending to do. I want to do that, and that's what I would do different, because I think sometimes I got married last semester, so
congratulations.
Beautiful. Yeah, and so I had everything happening at the same time.
And Larissa was delayed 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was delayed 2 weeks.
So she had
I had
a
a
start 2 weeks later, and still she passed that exam that we started early on A. That's amazing.
Thank you. But still, so next semester I'll be more prepared. I want to be more prepared. I want to be the best student in my class.
Of course, because your grades speak for itself. It's called a recipe locator in the student
my
world.
goodness.
Okay, so let's touch up on work. Let's say after school, what's next for Larissa?
Oh, after school, I hope I'll be working at a law firm.
Do you want to do big law?
Big law. I wanna have that experience for at least 3 years or more. I don't know. I've always dreamed about it, so I want to do it, and I will do it. in like hours in big laws are like heavy. You work like 12 hours a day or more sometimes, but still, it's an experience. I want to do that because I love what I do. I miss so much working as an attorney, and I'm like, I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm waiting so much for that, and that's my goal.
Do you think, like in the future, you will be able to open up your own practice, maybe, and some international students who can possibly?
I don't know. Who knows what the future brings? Like maybe one day, but I want to have that experience before.
Exactly, because you need to know what to do, like how to set up the business, how to manage.
Yeah, sure.
Non-lawyers too, if you have to, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So what are the companies that attracted you in Dallas? I know that we have a lot of Fortune 500 companies, right? Like what is, give us like examples of tax firms in Dallas, maybe that you spoke to, or maybe that you know that who are here.
Okay, here in Dallas we have lots of big laws here working in tax. So I spoke to some partners in like Jackson Walker, Thompson Knight, Lock and Lord, lots of, like, I have more of them. But I think the future work will be remote for some time. We're gonna still be remote for some time, like for the next couple of years at least. And we have to be prepared to stay at home and like we have to learn how to engage like with others from home now, including our co-workers. So it's the challenge. I think it's the most challenging part.
I agree. Yeah, because you cannot let your personality shine and just like to learn from each other.
And like for me, in my case, I will have to have a mentor and someone teaching me how to do it here, because I know how to do it in Brazil, but I don't know how to do it here.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be challenging, like learning all of this kind of stuff, like from home. It's different, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, but I think it's gonna be different, but still great, and it's still valid, and it's still an opportunity to grow. Like to start your career. And I don't think people should like hold back to start doing things right now.
I agree.
During COVID, because like us, we started our LLM during COVID, and still it's been working great.
Yeah, that's true. We made it possible.
We made it,
right.
yeah. So
when we started, we had like really big eyes. Now they're like smaller. Okay, well, tell us why SMU? Why you picked Dallas market in order to strive here?
Okay, I have quite a story here because I have been accepted in Northwestern,
the best LLM tax
program
in the country,
and here. And I have to confess that here wasn't my first option. And at the beginning, guys, hold on.
Now she loves it.
But I mean, when COVID hit, and like I told you, my husband, he lives here in Dallas and everything. I hadn't had applied here, and then I called to Dean Camp, and I was like, "Oh, I'm interested in your program and everything," because I did research and people were talking so like much good things about the program. I'm like, "Why not? Let me. I think I should give him a call." And then he explained me, and I went to campus to do a visit, and I loved the campus very much. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
It's
I love
part
it.
of Texas.
Yeah, and here in Dallas, companies prefer hiring people who came from Dallas University, like Texas University, actually. I'm sorry. And I think for me, like, I want to stay here.
Here, SMU, Northwestern.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Your journey in law school.
Okay, it was a hard decision. I have to say it was, because Northwestern, I think it is the top. Right now, it's the top 2. It's the second one, LLMs here in the country. And when I went there, I had my interview there, and I had everything there. I talked to all the professors and the dean, the director, everyone. And I love that. And I love Chicago as well, but Okay, and I got a scholarship there.
That's important.
Yeah, I got a scholarship. And then I came here, came home, and COVID hit, like I told you guys, and everything. And SMU is great as well. And the main factor for me, it was that when I was doing my research, looking at the firms here in Texas, the law firms here in Texas, no one came from Northwestern or from NYU or from Georgetown, which are the best law schools, like the Texas law programs in the country. And I was like, oh my goodness, no one came from there.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to work here in Texas. So I was like, why should I go there?
Mm-hmm.
I think I should stay here because they have. And okay, next important point was that I went to talk to their career office at Northwestern, and they are more focused in Illinois, New York, that mid-eastern area,
Yeah.
So I don't think for finding a job for me here in Texas would be easy.
Mm-hmm. And pass the bar too.
And pass the bar and doing everything. So as my goal is to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
We have a life here.
Yeah.
I want to stay here. I love Texas.
And the husband of yours.
And my husband went to UT, so yeah.
Again, Texas school.
Yeah.
Great school too.
And I want to stay here, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
And SMU gave me also a bigger, better scholarship than Northwestern. So
Yeah, shouting out to Dean Camp, faculty, and SMU.
I'm so
love
grateful.
SMU too.
yeah, I'm so grateful for that because it was a huge gift for me.
Yeah, because they saw your value. They wanted you to strive and to give you keys from the courthouse and the city of Dallas. Because Larissa, she already is in Brazil a great attorney, but here, some tax matters, I'm sending it to her already, and she's doing spotless job. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm great. I'm glad to help. Really.
Yeah, she is amazing.
And like I told you guys, I love the subject. I love tax. I love working. I love working. I miss working.
So did you always loved math in school?
Sometimes, because I remember being a kid. Because I have a fun story for you. This quarantine, my husband went to our living room and I was solving math problems. And he was like, why are you doing that? I'm like, because it's fun. It's it's not fun. I was doing that, really. Quarantine did that to me.
Wow.
So I think I like it, but it's not all about the math. It's about applying the law and then figuring out which is the best way to save you some money. It is great.
Or keep you out of trouble if you didn't
Keep you
pay
out
your
of
taxes,
trouble
you should call Larissa.
because sometimes it's tricky. Sometimes you don't know, but you're committing a felony.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. Especially whenever you file on TurboTax, but then don't actually send it to IRS. That's bad.
Yeah, it's in people that they don't know that.
Mhm.
So
That's true.
I'm glad to help, and I like it. Like I told you, I think I told you so many times.
That's good. You're helpful. So do you think it's better for people to use CPA for taxes, or maybe do it on their own? What do you think?
I think they should use the CPA.
Okay, to make sure that it's all done right.
Yeah,
the
because
first time.
there's so many things that people don't know that it could save some money
Mhm.
and everything that CPA they know
Since
that.
I have our tax attorney here, Larissa, I would like for her to tell us about the TCJA Act that Trump signed whenever he got elected. Can you please give us some insight on the
Okay, I can tell you guys. Like I told you before, each year a president got elected and he starts his government and he changed some things. And Trump, he changed it almost everything. It was almost like they're making a new tax code.
Mhm.
Really, it was that big.
Mhm.
And I mean, we got new rules for everything, new exemptions, new taxations. For example, before we had progressive taxes for companies, And right now we have a flat rate, which is 21% for
okay.
all kinds of companies. So we don't have, like, it's just a small example, but it's something like those kind of things he did. And right now we have like, oh my goodness, we studied everything, and now Biden will come. And he already told that he's gonna change lots of stuff. So we're gonna, like, in our world, we have to keep studying all the time because rules change all the time. You know, that's kind of rules that I'm talking about. So it's one of, like, it's a small example, but it's how things work.
And that's why definitely people, they need to check the code themselves or trust to their lawyers or CPAs who will do that for them because they're professionals. And
yeah, because we're always studying, keeping up all of the changes and everything. So it is challenging, like I told you, but it's worth it.
Would you like to do more personal taxes or helping companies?
Companies for sure.
Yeah.
I love doing like M&A tax and even if it's not M&A, just tax planning for companies and everything, because it's so great when you see the whole structure and you can like figure out, oh my goodness, you could save some money doing that instead of doing that, you know,
like LLC versus corporation.
You should like change things, you know, to save you money, and it's not wrong. Like,
and maybe that you can write things off, like let's say independent contractor versus
you know, it's a tool you have, so you should use it.
Yeah,
right.
And I think that attorneys, they can explain how it works and people can
Yeah,
take advantage of it.
sure. And it's great. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, that's true. And you've been practicing for how many years in Brazil? And what exactly have you done? Like how many court trials you had? And
I had some experience, and I was a young attorney. Because I graduated from law school when I was 21. And I started working because I was their intern in that law firm, and they hired me as an attorney when I passed the Brazilian bar. And like the first 2 months, I got a court case, like the highest court case in Brazil, like which is a CARF, is our like high tax court. And I was so afraid. I remember that because I was so young. I was a woman, young, you know, like. And when I got there, there were only men. And they were old. It was funny, but they were so nice. Like the judges, they were so nice to me and everything. We won the case. Yeah.
Because you represent the client. That's why young women, they're just like hungry for success.
Yeah, you like I told you, it is a challenging, but it's worth it. You have to like put yourself out there and do things. You know, like even though you're afraid. Because I'm afraid all the time, but I'm still doing everything. So
while you're afraid, that's the best.
Yeah,
that's true. All right. Well, thank you so much, Larissa, for
being here. Thank you, Natalia.
Next time we'll come in here and we'll talk about our graduation.
Sure. I'm super looking forward to do that.
Yeah. And also, I'll be asking you for JD to give whenever you started to see your experience and to give some insight to Brazilian attorneys or other LLM students.
Sure. I'm more than happy to help you to be here. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we will put Larissa's contact information down below, guys. And thank you for staying with us. And till later.